Here's something that quietly drives people crazy. A competitor outranks you on a page that's no better than yours, and you cannot for the life of you see why. Most of the time, it isn't the writing, it's who's linking to them. So here's where we're headed. When this wraps, you'll have built exactly what's on screen right now: a competitor's entire backlink list, everything you can't realistically get thrown out, and the ones you can chase saved into a working prospect sheet. Not a vague, go build links, an actual list with names on it. I'll be in LinkMiner for this. We'll pull the profile, filter it down to the links you can land, then catch the ones a competitor just earned, and save the winners. Cold link building is hard for one reason: you're a stranger. You email a site that's never heard of you and ask for a favor. Now flip it. The sites already linking to the competitor who beats you are pre-qualified. They link to your niche on topics like yours, and they've already proven they'll link to a tool like yours because they link to one. That's a far warmer list than anything you dig up cold. And the best part is you can just read it. Every link a competitor has is sitting there in public. You only need a way to pull it and tell the good ones from the junk. And that's the part most people skip. They paste a domain, see a big number, 500 backlinks, and stop, like the count is the prize. It isn't. A link's value is the strength of the site giving it, and you can read that per link before you spend a single day on outreach. LinkMiner scores every backlink two ways: citation flow and trust flow, pulled from Majestic's link index. So you're reading the real link graph, not a guess. Trust flow is the quality read, and the tell for a junk link is baked right in. Low trust flow sitting next to high citation flow is the signature of a spam farm. So you chase the few links worth landing instead of a list of dead blogs. So here's how you pull that list yourself. The tool that does this is LinkMiner. You paste a competitor's domain, and it hands you their whole backlink profile with a strength score on every link, which is exactly the read we just talked about. It's linked right below this. The address is stackauditors.com/manghouls. You get 10 days on the full version, card-free, which is more than enough to pull a competitor or two and follow along with me here. First thing, paste the competitor's domain into the backlink checker and read three things off the result: how many sites link to them, how strong those links are, and what a single one actually looks like up close. So here's the blank tool. Find powerful backlinks you can replicate easily, which is the whole idea in one line. I drop in the competitor I want to take apart. There's one switch worth flipping before you run it. One link per referring domain. Leave that on. A site that links to your competitor 40 times is still just one place you'd pitch. You want the list of distinct sites, not 40 rows from the same blog inflating the number. Then run it. And here's the profile. Now, resist the urge to stare at the big totals. Go straight to the two scores at the top. Citation flow reads 44. Trust flow reads 23. Hold on to why those two are different, because it's the whole game. Citation flow is basically how many links point in. Trust flow is how trustworthy the sites doing the linking are. Here's why that matters more than the count. One link from a high trust flow site passes more weight than 10 links from low ones. So read trust flow before you read the total. A profile with a big citation number and a thin trust number is mostly noise. Underneath, every backlink is a row: the page that links, the anchor text they used, and that same citation and trust read per row. That per row strength is what turns a 500-row dump into something you can actually sort. Before a link ever makes your shortlist, you want to see it with your own eyes, and you don't have to leave the tool to do it. Click any row and the page that gave the link opens right here in a preview panel. So instead of trusting a score in the abstract, you read the actual article, see how your competitor's link is used in it, and judge whether it's a real, relevant placement or a throwaway mention in a list nobody reads. That's what separates a link worth chasing from a wasted afternoon. One click, real page, quick judgment, move on. Do that down the high-strength rows, and you've already got a feel for which links are worth the effort, which is exactly what we filter for next. Now let's take that 500-row profile and cut it down to only the links you could realistically land. Open the filter panel and look at what you can narrow on: link strength, citation flow, trust flow, the source page, and the anchor text. Two of these do most of the work. Set a floor on strength so the weak rows just disappear. And if you're chasing links for a specific topic, type that word into the source anchor filter. Here I'll match links that mention the thing I'm targeting, and the list collapses to placements that are actually about my subject, not random mentions. You're not reading 500 rows anymore. You're reading the 30 that fit. Two more switches turn that shortlist into a real prospect list. First, link type. Flip this to follow links only. A no-follow link from a dead blog isn't a prospect. It's noise in your sheet, so cut them now. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They chase every link a competitor has. Don't. Filter to follow links with a strength floor first, and most of the pile vanishes, which is the point. Second, status. Keep it to active links, the ones live right now, so you're not pitching for placements that already fell off. Follow, active, strong, on topic. What's left is a list of links a site in your position could genuinely earn. And there's the filtered set, a clean shortlist instead of the fire hose we started with. Now get it out of the tool and into something you'll work from. Open export, and you've got two ways out: copy straight to your clipboard, or pull the whole thing down as a spreadsheet. I take the spreadsheet, source page, anchor, the strength scores, all of it in columns. That file is half of the outcome I promised you. The replicable links, scored and sorted, ready to hand to whoever does your outreach. You walked in with a competitor's domain. You're walking out with their best links as a sheet. Last piece, and it's the one nobody opens. That same flow works on any competitor. So here I've pointed it at a bigger one with years of link history, because it makes this view actually worth looking at. Up top are the tabs, all links, new, lost. The new tab is the highest leverage screen in the whole tool. These are the backlinks a competitor earned recently, and a fresh link is the most replicable link there is, because the site that linked to them last week is still in linking mode. They just published something, they're handing out mentions, they're warm right now. An old link from 3 years ago, that window's closed. So you don't audit the whole history every time. You check what's new and you move while the door's open. Right next to it is the lost tab, links the competitor used to have and dropped. Don't skip it, because a lost link is a site that was willing to link to a tool like theirs and now has a hole where that link was. That's an opening. On a domain this size, you're looking at tens of thousands of backlinks across nearly 100,000 referring domains of history, so there's no shortage to mine. Here's the habit worth building. Once a week, open the new tab on your top 2 competitors and skim what they just picked up. 5 minutes. The freshest links are the easiest to copy, and you'll never be guessing what's working in your space again. You'll be watching it happen. Now don't let the good ones scroll away. Save them. Star a link and it drops into your favorites, and favorites are just named lists. So I open the panel and there's the prospect sheet building up. Open the list itself and you don't just get rows, you get the averages across everything you saved. Average link strength, average trust, the share that are follow links. That's a scorecard for your whole pipeline. 75% follow links, a healthy average strength, that's a list worth working. And that's the thing I showed you at the very start. You started with a competitor's domain. You've got a saved, scored, filtered list of the links you can go get. Step back at what just happened. In about 8 minutes, you reverse engineered a competitor's entire link strategy, threw out everything you can't land, and walked away with a working prospect list. Names, scores, and the freshest opportunities flagged. And that's it, end to end. You'll find the link below, or just type stackauditors.com/mangools straight in. 10 free days, no card needed, then go build a list of your own. Thanks for watching.